A national athletic apparel retailer is preparing to become an official provider to UW Athletics, and construction has already begun on their new State Street store. We'll have the details up next. Your real estate news starts now. Thank you for watching your real estate news. I'm your host, Stacy Hansen. Let's take a look at your headlines. A 15,000 square foot Under Armour brand house store is expected to open on State Street in Madison this September. The Wisconsin State Journal reports that a 5,000 square foot building is under construction on a formerly vacant lot in the 600 block of State Street. It will have just over 5,000 square feet at street level and another 10,000 square feet of sales floor and storage in an existing basement. Under Armour is an athletic apparel company, and it's set to become an official provider to University of Wisconsin Athletics in July. The company's senior director said that the location of the store was key. Their new location on State Street will be right in the heart of UW Badger territory and essentially a block from campus. Addressing concerns that some folks might have about adding a national retailer to State Street, the president of Downtown Madison Inc. said that State Street and Capitol Square are still comprised of 86% local businesses. Under Armour is based in Baltimore and has 12 other brand houses around the country. More and more home buyers are getting comfortable completing much of their real estate transactions online. According to a new survey by Owners.com, 73% of prospective home buyers search for properties online. More than half of buyers are booking home tours online, and slightly less, 43%, would consider online financing products. 27% would even consider making an offer to purchase online. The president of real estate company Owners.com told MPA that consumers are heading into the spring home buying season with a positive outlook, and they are willing to go online and handle more elements of the real estate process themselves, a trend he expects to continue. We often hear about decluttering homes to prepare them for sale, and Allure's recent interview with feng shui expert Karen Kingston explained that there are actually 4 types of clutter: things you don't use or love, things that are not organized, an excess of things that don't fit into a space, and unfinished things. More clutter, she says, leads to more stuck, depressed energy in your space. The good news? A clutter-free space filled with things that are loved and used regularly allows positive energy to move fluidly through the space and you, according to Kingston. She suggests you do at least one major clutter clearing per year. Whenever you decide to do it, be sure to schedule it as an appointment for yourself and show up to it. She says the time commitment is up to you. It can be a whole day, a half day, or just a series of half-hour mini sessions. Make a list of the rooms or parts of the home that need clearing and asterisk those that irritate you the most. Then tackle those areas first. Finally, she recommends rewarding yourself each time you clean up so that you stick with it. Stay tuned. We have more coming up right after this. And welcome back. My next guest is Kirsten Goggin from Century 21. Welcome back, Kirsten. Nice to have you here again.
Thank you very much, Stacy.
So let's talk a little bit about your marketing. I think that's one of the things that really sets you apart. How is it different than other agents?
Sure. Well, I do all of the things that you expect a realtor to do. So place your property on the MLS, put it for sale sign, text riders, open houses, all that good stuff. But the thing that really sets you apart, you have to have a strong web presence. So I hire a professional photographer to come out and photograph your home. And on the MLS, it allows 25 photos. I usually get between 40 to 70 photos from my photographer. So you get a separate property website so I can have all of your photos on there. And then the video tour that accompanies it is top notch. It will actually zoom in to the property from Google Earth, and then it walks you through the property. So the buyers get a feel for the floor plan. And then for lakefront homes or fine homes and estates, I've got, he uses a drone, so that's super cool. And then there's a brand new marketing that my photographer does where you can actually look at a dollhouse or a floor plan view of the property and then click on the floor that you want to look at or the room, and then boom, it zooms you in and you can look all the way around. You just click your mouse, look up, look down, then you click on the room that you want to go to next, and you virtually walk through the home. It's super cool.
That's so cool. It sounds great. Now, how do you know that it's more effective?
Sure, and that's a great question. I did forget to mention just now, you also get your own commercial right here on CW57 just for your property until the property sells. So that's another huge bonus that I don't think many, if any, other agents will offer you on your home. But how do I know that my marketing, that's good and great, but does it work? I had 2 houses in 2015, and you can visit my website, kjsellsmadison.com, for the details on that. But I had 2 listings where it was listed previously with another agent, was on the market. One was like 250 days, the other one was over a year. Wasn't much activity, no offers. And when I met with the sellers, in both cases, I thought it was priced really well. So I said, let's not change the price, because often people, when they relist, they will reduce the price.
Right.
Well, let's just see if my marketing makes a difference. If not, we'll do a quick reduction and get it sold either way. But both properties, one of them actually listed a little bit higher, and that one we had 4 offers in the first week, sold over asking price. The other one we had an offer right away, fell through due to buyer financing, but it's now under contract and we'll be closing soon. So the only difference was the marketing. So it does matter. It's huge.
Absolutely, you can't argue with that. Well, thanks so much for stopping by today.
Thank you.
And stay tuned. And welcome back. With me now is Andrew Kimball. He's the owner of Kimball Realtors. Good to see you again, Andrew. So how is the market in Wisconsin Dells?
Very busy. We had a long winter, and it's finally turning into nice weather. So the buyers are out there, the sellers are getting their home ready. So it's very busy right now. It's really good, very busy.
That's great to hear. Now remind me again, what types of real estate do you specialize in?
Well, we specialize in luxury homes, golf course homes, lakefront homes, and condominiums and vacation homes.
So I bet you've got some new listings. I saw you walk in with some papers. It's hot off the presses.
Yes, just this week we listed E9402 Bay Hill Court. It's at the Christmas Mountain Golf Estates. It's actually on the 8th green there of the Christmas Mountain Golf Estates. And this is a beautiful home. It's the type of home that you would see on HGTV or you'd see in Architectural Digest. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home, completely redone inside with the granite countertops, crown molding throughout. Beautiful home. We've listed that at $379,000, and I said we just listed it this week, and I think it's going to go very fast. So if someone wants to take a look at that home, they should give us a call, because I don't think it's going to be on the market very long, because it's a just beautiful, beautiful home.
Oh, and I'm watching some of the pictures now, and it is amazing. Wow, to see something like that around here too is pretty cool.
Yeah, and again, the fact that it's on a golf course in a nice private community, be great for someone that wants to retire on a golf course, or just for a single family home with the 4-bedroom home. Beautiful home.
Now you've got some condo listings as well, right?
Yes, we also specialize in condominiums, both on Lake Delton and the Wisconsin Dells area. One of them that we have is at 715 Canyon Road. It's unit number 4 at Hidden Bay. Beautiful views of Lake Delton off this large private deck. There's a big hot tub on the deck. Great 3-bedroom condominium. We have that one priced at $299,900. It's one of the few on Lake Delton that actually has heated underground parking and also has an elevator in the building as well. And just beautiful views of Lake Delton, high-end home as well.
That sounds really nice too, and that hot tub's going to come in handy
Yes.
here. We're almost there. We're almost there weather-wise. Now it's a hot market right now. What advice do you have for buyers?
Well, if you're looking to buy a home, one of the first things you want to do is talk to your lender and get yourself pre-qualified, because you don't want to start looking at homes and then find out you're not qualified to get the home that you wanted, or that you didn't get pre-qualified and that home got sold. Things are selling very fast, and you might not have your finances in order when you put the offer in, and that home might get sold before you have a chance to have that ready. So talk to your lender right away so you can find out what you're pre-qualified for and able to get. It's going to make it a lot better for you.
Good advice, because you definitely don't want to be disappointed. Well, thanks so much for stopping by. It was great to see you again.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
And welcome back. My next guest is Chris Thomas. He's the owner of Right on Target Real Estate. Welcome back, Chris.
Hello.
Now, you've got a smaller team system over there, I recall. Do you think that works better than those mega agents with the huge teams?
You know, it's funny you should say that. I personally think so because I stay more involved with my client from the beginning to the end of the transaction. So I really know what's going on. I got my finger on the pulse of the whole transaction, and I can jump into a conversation and know really what's going on with every transaction I'm working on from the beginning to the end. And I don't want to say that the other way isn't a good way, but if you have an agent that basically doesn't really know what's going on in your transaction, and maybe they've got other people helping them, you kind of pay that particular person to really know what's going on for you. And I think that our system's a little better.
Yeah, so you're really staying right on top of their active transactions. If they call and say, how's that inspection going? You don't have to go look it up, you know.
Exactly, exactly.
So I would think, I mean, that's just going to give a client a better service experience overall then.
Absolutely, that's what we feel too, and our customers say the same thing consistently. So, you know, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything, but it's a little more of a personalized touch, and that's kind of what we're going to stick with.
So how are you on, say, follow-up, returning calls? How quickly do you get back to people?
Well, that's one of the things I try to pride myself on. I think anybody that knows me, that's dealt with me in the past, will tell you that I'm very good with that. It's just one of those things that I've always been really good with. If people, I mean, I can't always answer every single call, but what I do is when people do call me, I probably on average get back to them inside of an hour more often than not, which I think is much above the national average, let's put it that way. So
that's excellent. I think that's something that everyone should really strive for, because people are, you know, this is really important to them, to your clients, and they want an answer right away.
Right, and it's a people business, and you really have to be a good communicator, and part of being a good communicator is listening, but the other part is getting back to people and kind of keeping them in the loop on what's going on. So
what else do you think sets you apart?
Well, certainly I think when it comes right down to it, when people first meet me, they'll realize that I'm an energetic person, and what I do in the transaction from the beginning to the end helps get people excited about, say, looking at the house that I'm trying to help them sell. The other thing is I'm very knowledgeable about the whole process, both buying and selling. So when people come to me, they feel comfortable knowing that you know, that we're going to take care of all those details from the beginning to the end.
And I think that's key. Well, thanks so much. It was good to see you again.
Yeah, thank you.
And welcome back to the Real Estate News. I'm now with Becky Anderson, the owner of Traced on the Water. Great to see you again, Becky.
Nice to see you, Tracy. I haven't seen you for a couple months.
Yeah, it's been a little while. Now, I hear you're 50% rented now already.
Yes, we are, and we're renting 3, sometimes 4 a day. We're getting almost past our 50%, and it's just been wonderful.
Great news. Now, I also wanted to ask you about this executive suite.
We have a executive suite on the top floor connected to our patio terrace. It's fully furnished with the linens, everything, TVs, furniture, and we rent it on a 2-night basis or a week basis. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, and you're right overlooking the water. You can use all the amenities that we have for the residents, such as the restaurant, the lobby, the grilling area. It's really, really nice.
That's really nice. And you do that on a week or couple week basis, you said?
Yes, we will even do a 2-night minimum.
Oh,
like
nice.
If somebody wants to come in for out of town for the football game, they can live there for the weekend and
live like a king, more like it.
That's right.
So you've got some new amenities going on there as well, right?
Yes, besides the restaurant, which we've had from the get-go, we have added a yoga gal, and she does yoga every day by appointment, or she has classes, and first class is free, and a I Give 100 fitness trainer. She has all this equipment that she has in her place. In fact, we can hear her in the lobby office area when they're kickboxing.
They get pretty intense over there.
It does. We didn't know what it was at first. And then we figured out that's what it was.
So what else is happening over there?
Well, the weather's starting to break. Well, not right this minute, but
We're getting there.
you get hopefully. But we've got like I said, our outside grilling area. We've got the cushions out, the tables and the chairs and the fire pit are all ready to go. It says it's the patio upstairs. And of course, we always have our lobby area where the people can come. If the weather's bad, they can still grill out and eat inside if they want to.
So just a second left. I wanted to fit in, you're looking for a barber over there?
Yes, I am. We have 2 retail spaces left to fill. And I really believe that a hair salon, which would be for men or women, would be just ideal for over there, and nails and pedis and all the amenities that come with that. And it's ready to be built out. It'd be your clients would be right there on site. I just think it's a great business opportunity for someone. If they would please give us a call at 608-222-3900. We would surely like to hear from you.
Definitely take her up on that, because that'd be a captive audience for you right there. Thanks so much. It was great to see you again, Becky.
Thanks, Stacy.
Welcome back to the Real Estate News. With me now is Darcy Haber. She's the eco-broker and owner at Solidarity Realty. Welcome, Darcy. So nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me, Stacey.
Sure.
It's great to be here.
Sure. Now, what makes Solidarity Realty an alternative for people?
Well, we're an alternative in many ways, but most importantly, we're a local independent realty firm, and we provide incredible customer service, but what we specialize in is honesty and integrity. For example, we would never represent both the buyer and the seller in the same transaction.
So how does a potential buyer or seller benefit from that?
Well, they can, rest assured that we are representing and protecting their best interests all along. We won't ever use a loophole in the contract to trick them into allowing us to go neutral and represent both sides, because we don't think it's ethically possible.
So what is the best kept secret from real estate buyers, in your opinion?
That they don't have to pay for a dime to have a buyer's agent represent them from the beginning. Buyer's agents are paid after the whole deal is done. The listing agent is paid by the seller, and then the listing agent splits his or her commission with the buyer's agent. It all happens behind the scenes, and the buyer's agent doesn't feel a thing. Oh, I'm sorry, the buyer doesn't feel a thing.
So you say that the buyer should not call the number on the side outside of the home they are interested in, and why would you say that?
That's because when you're calling the number on the sign, you are wanting to see the house, and the agent would be happy to show it to you as soon as possible. But they're the listing agent, and they represent the best interest of the sellers. So once you see the house with that agent, you are no longer able to have that buyer's agent, another buyer's agent, represent you at no cost. So you're stuck with doing a transaction with someone that represents the best interest of the sellers.
Interesting. So why isn't this common knowledge for real estate consumers?
Well, because unfortunately there's some fat cat agents out there who like to double dip and have a lot of name recognition and are able to take both sides of the transaction that way, and they would rather double dip than represent the best interests of their clients. It's unfortunate, and we'd like to get the word out to more people to have representation. It's like going to court without a lawyer.
So you're also listed as an eco-broker, is that right? What is that exactly?
I have extra training in helping people, both buyers and sellers. So when I'm showing homes to new buyers or even second-time home buyers, I help them evaluate the property in terms of energy efficiency and how much that's going to cost them on a monthly basis, whether the home is really a good deal after all, because it makes a big impact on your monthly payment, how efficient a home is. And then for sellers, I'm able to highlight the energy efficiency improvements they've done. I know the value of them. I know how much it costs. And even if they do something invisible, like insulate their walls, I'm able to highlight that for them and make it of value in the transaction.
Well, thanks so much for stopping by today, Darcy. It was nice to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Stacey.
Sure, and you stay tuned. We'll have more coming up right after this. And welcome back. With me now is Bill Boldenau. He's a sales manager for American Mortgage and Equity Consultants. Thanks so much for joining us today. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been in the business now?
Actually, it's been 17 years that I've been in the business. I've done anything from be a loan officer to sales manager to actually owning my own company for a little while, and with all the regulations and everything, it felt like the right fit to partner back up with American Mortgage and Equity. And after 17 years, definitely got a strong hold on the industry, and look forward to helping a lot of different people out in different situations to be able to be a homeowner.
And what are you specializing in now over there?
You know, really honestly, I specialize in all kinds of loans, anything from a 580 credit score and above, so can dig down pretty deep if you got some challenges, and I'll work with you along the way too if you got challenges to help better your situation so you can qualify for a better rate or ultimately the program that you're looking for. But really, I specialize in every kind of loan that's out there, whether it be FHA, USDA, VA, conventional, perfect credit, large down payments, minimal down payments. So really any situation that somebody has, bring to the table, and if there's a willing way to get it done, we'll find it.
And you mentioned all those different types of loans. Could you kind of explain for us what the difference is between all those?
Absolutely. Each one has different unique benefits, and it kind of depends on the client and what their situation is. So VA obviously is specific for a veteran. They offer 100% financing and no mortgage insurance premium, so it ultimately gives the veteran a really cheap payment with no money down. Seller can pay all the closing costs. FHA, similar, it's going to be with some mortgage insurance and with 3.5% down. And conventional, that's typically for your great credit score borrowers with even as little as 3% down on conventional. But the nice one, if you live in a rural area around here, you would probably qualify for a USDA loan. And what a USDA loan is, it's a rural development loan. So there's no money down on that program as well. The seller can pay all your closing costs. And again, the mortgage insurance is really cheap. So it kind of is just there to promote rural area development, so it's not all metropolitan areas. So, ultimately, if there's a program that you're looking for, I strongly encourage you just to give me a shout, and we'll see which one fits best for you.
There's a lot of myths out there about buying a home. Could you tell us about some of those?
Yeah, a lot of people think you need 20% down or you need some large down payment, and there are, like I mentioned, a lot of programs out there that do cater to people that might not have a large down payment. Same with credit. A lot of people, and it is just true in some ways, some banks, bigger banks, more stricter banks might require higher credit score. But ultimately, I work with banks that lend to people with a 580 credit score or above. So you can have quite the credit challenge situation with a low down payment and still qualify in today's market. And obviously, it always is recommended to sit down and formulate a game plan with a professional like myself, so that way you can, become the American dream and actually be a homeowner.
Definitely good to know. Well, thanks so much for stopping by and visiting us today.
Absolutely. We'll see you again.
And stay with us. Special thanks to our guests for stopping by today, and to you, our viewers, for tuning in. Be sure to join us again next week. I'm Stacy Hansen for the Real Estate News, making a positive impact and leading the real estate market.